but she can't go to the bank or nowhere and get the amount of a Birkin or pay for a Birkin. So that automatically is going to deter a man anyway, unless he's tricking. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then with women, we want men to come in and do certain things. You know, if I have kids already, of course I want you to come in and be a father figure. If I got bills, my own house and everything, of course I want you to come in, you know what I'm saying, and contribute. But at the same time, you got men who like, oh, I'm not finna trick on no. But at the same time, you got to realize this on table. So you really just, you know, like, I mean, it just factors into all of that. But honestly, ain't now one of us at this point. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
think that the quote was geared more towards like, so I think that women will generally find a man more attractive if he is on his purpose in life, and then he can basically like, as opposed to a dude that is like just always ready to get down and get laid. So I think that a woman will be like, oh, this dude's more attractive because he can put like that sexual aspect on hold for now, go put down what he needs to outside of the home or whatever, and then when he comes back, he'll put it down on me, kind of a manner. And so I think that that was what it was more geared towards. So like, if you are just a dude that's just ready to hook up, women will put you on the shelf at that point. But if you're a dude on your game, on your purpose, and women see that, they're like, that's sought after. That's a sought after quality.
Yeah,
Women
so she can
love
stop your purpose.
direct, like dudes that are direct and driven.
I agree with you. Who I was gonna say that I definitely think that a sexually disciplined man is more attractive, and I would assume for somebody in a relationship, because I don't really know how you would know if a man is sexually disciplined unless you're with him in some kind of way. So I'm talking as if you're at least in a relationship, if not in a marriage with him. To me, a sexually disciplined man screams that he values himself. So if he's valuing himself to that degree, then I think he likely will probably be, you know, very confident, and he'll present himself as a leader. And for a woman, we look for leadership. We trust
Correct.
leadership. We trust when you're confident, we become more confident. And so now we feel protected, we feel covered, and then it also kind of increases the standard for us. So as much as men might think we're lazy, we really do want to be pushed and stretched, no pun intended, by our men. So if you take on all of that, I actually think that the woman would definitely be way more attracted to you.
Yeah, but you can't really put that on leadership because, like, Martin Luther King was a great leader. He wasn't sexually disciplined.
I mean,
We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that.
You don't know that. No, them facts, Anton.
And it's not a
don't try
fact.
to say MLK now.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but I mean that's not really
Martin Luther
like.
King was a
I
hoe.
mean
Facts.
But wait a
kind of
second.
specific
That's
though.
not
Like,
a fact.
According to the COINTELPRO, that was the operation where they were spying on Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all of them. They got documentation of Martin Luther King having infidelity. They did get a Coretta, thinking she was gonna go to the media and blow his spot up.
So how does
but that's not really.
The truth was that
I don't think.
there was always also evidence that showed that the FBI and the government themselves planted stories in order to sully the reputation of Martin Luther King, and that none of
It
that
wasn't
junk was
story.
to be true.
But that's
None
not
of that
really
was
what.
proven to be true. It was a
what
lot
the
of stories.
Well,
conversation is
in
gearing
addition to
towards.
that, the question was, would you find the
Never
man
true.
more attractive? So it's
Correct.
not to say you wouldn't. I mean, you could
Okay,
she could
I
have
give you
found
that.
Martin Luther King attractive, and then let's assume what you're saying is correct. If he didn't do that,
That's
then he would have been
irrelevant
more
though,
attractive. So
really.
I don't think it's relevant.
Men, I mean, the fact of the matter is that men that are less accessible are more attractive to women. The more that you
Correct.
don't care, the more that you don't care, the more you get. The more you say no, the more you walk away, the more you less stress. Nobody want nobody that's desperate. Like, don't nobody want nobody that's super extra. That's that easily accessible. Even when
And
it
I
comes to
would
women,
add, I
I
would
don't
add
want the
that both sides would agree to that. Also, I think that women are the same way. If like she's less accessible, at least for me, she's more attractive, and I think that every man will agree with that. I mean, I would hope so.
Not
Or
and
not
you,
and
or
necessarily.
not
or
that
at least for me, it is like if she's a challenge, that's like a challenge, and
Like
then like
sexually
I'm like,
challenged?
okay,
You want her to be easy?
well, I mean, I don't
No, no,
think
no.
that
He
any
wants no. He wants.
exactly.
I
If
don't
Hey,
think
she's
that
he's
anyone
not,
talking.
if she's harder to
He's talking about
access.
the chase.
Yes, sexually.
I don't
Yes,
think that
Both
chase,
people, both
exactly.
men and women want the chase, but the difference is this: is
Correct.
that men want to chase for a woman. Women don't necessarily want to chase. What they want to know is that this person, this man, is on his game. Like he's doing what he needs to do. But women do want him to be accessible. The difference for a man is that a man can have a level of ego and competitiveness where if she's not making herself accessible, he's still going to go after her and he's still going to do the hunting. He's still going to go on that chase. Women, on the other hand, if he's just showing no sign of interest whatsoever or very, very little, they're less likely to continue to pursue. That's the difference.
I don't think I don't think that that's as true as we
Absolutely.
think it is once you get to a certain level, though. I think that once you hit a certain level as a guy, there is no more chasing. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. Absolutely. I agree with you on that.
But then
that's
the
kind of
women
irrelevant
become
what I'm
easier
saying.
at a certain level also.
Yeah.
well, there is no more
They
chasing.
do.
Like
They do.
there is
Yeah.
no more
Absolutely.
chasing
If
once you hit a
it
certain
is
level.
harder if you don't have a job, it's harder to find a woman as opposed to if you're like a millionaire, it's much easier to find a woman.
I don't think so because I see a lot of
There's
broke
levels to
Oh,
it.
you got
No, yeah,
like preacher.
absolutely. And it just depends on your strengths. It depends on how you play your strengths.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't think it entirely is based off of money either, though. I just
Yeah.
think that
I
when you
agree
hit
with
a
that.
certain level, as like when you hit your final form as a guy, when it comes to confidence, when it comes to your ability to communicate, when it comes to your ability to command a room, like I mean, I don't think that a broke dude should be worried about anyway. Like he should really, really be focused on something way different than. But when a dude get to a certain level, he understand that the women just come with it. You don't have to chase a woman. You don't have to
Mhm.
chase nothing. Just that come with the territory. That come with the game. So when I see guys that's super desperate, really, I'm not really even paying attention to whether or not he on that type of time. I'm trying to understand whether or not I can have that type of guy around me because you looking too thirsty, bro. Like
Right.
if you going into the bar, you know what I'm saying, and you chilling and it's
It's
just a vibe,
embarrassing.
you can tell the dude that's thirsty and you can tell the dudes that's just chilling, having a good time, and they not tripping about it because they got options anyway, right? It's almost like being able to buy any car you want. That don't mean you're gonna buy every car that's available. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got access to it, don't mean that you're gonna execute on it. The fact that I got access to do what I want to do is enough for me. Now, I'm just gonna chill and vibe, and whatever happens, happens. But people that are less accessible is just like the bags, right? Nobody goes to Walmart and buys the shoes. Shoes that are least accessible, the ones that cost the most, the handbags that cost the most, those are the ones that's the most desired. And it's the same way with human beings. It's the same way with stuff. It's the same way with the jobs. It's the same way with everything. That's just the way it go.
Well, there's a lot of thirsty men out there. As a woman, we see it all the time on these panels and in real life. But